ladies and gentlemen, for the 966th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called Big Mike.
Yeah.
As well as myself, Foul Duque. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today? Hey, what is this from?
Back at it again. This is, you just want to know?
Yeah.
This is a movie called Black Rain. It's a Michael Douglas movie from the 80s.
All right, look. Oh.
Solid action shit right here.
Man, apparently they're remaking Running Man. I haven't seen the trailer for it, but I seen fucking Running Man was on this morning. I was watching it.
You know, I've never actually watched it.
Hey.
That's the Schwarzenegger joint where he's wearing yellow? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I watched
I've
that.
seen bits, but...
Commando was on yesterday. I watched that for a little bit. And then fucking the other day, Over the Top was on.
Oh, hell yeah. That was...
Bruh. I couldn't help but laugh at some of that shit,
That
man.
movie is so funny.
There is shit in movies that you don't pick up on until you're older and you see the shit again. Like in Commando. It's the first time I've watched Commando all the way through from start to finish in a long time, right? Because I had just cut it on and I'm watching the movie. And it gets to the part where fucking he goes to the hotel room, right? And the brother that's in Predator with him busts through whatever. They get to scrapping and they bust into the next hotel room next to him, right?
They go through the wall.
Yeah. The funny part is in that motherfucking scene, the dude, when the sex scene that the girl is in the room with the dude that's under the cover, he's getting pegged by the bitch. Like she's fucking this nigga from behind. I didn't catch that.
Yo, that's crazy.
As a child.
I guess not. The fucking movie production agency or whoever makes the ratings
I was like,
probably didn't get it either.
I said, what the fuck? And my wife was like, babe, what happened? I said, nah, I gotta rewind this. Hold on. So I stopped him, took it back, and fucking it plays the part. And when they bust through, dude's on all fours and the girl's behind him when the cover comes off. I'm like, oh, he was getting fucked in the ass. I was like, the shit you don't catch. Like, this is some wild shit.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
And Sarah was like, what channel is this that shows the titties and shit out? I said, it's IFC. I was like, they show everything, the cussing, the whole nine. Like, it was some crazy shit. Like, I showed my homegirl, we was watching Teen Wolf a few weeks back at her house, and I said, I wonder if they're going to keep that part in this motherfucker, right? At the end of the joint where the dude has his dick out. Sure as shit.
Oh, but it's not. I saw a debunking of that where it's the way the movie's edited. It's actually a girl in a skirt, but it's not a dick.
It's a girl in a skirt?
It's a girl, or it's like a shirt hanging down or something.
It's like he's buckling up the pants, because it showed it on TV. They didn't take the edit out.
Yeah.
I said, oh, she goes, motherfucker, it's really there. I'm like, yeah, we can rewind the fucking old movies now when you get to these parts that you never noticed before, but you notice now. And I was like, I'll be damned. Somebody was getting pegged in Commando. I was like, that's some crazy shit.
That is absolutely insanity.
And then you look at these old movies and see how fucking stupid they were, but yet entertaining.
Oh shit, I'm all out of whack. I got all sorts of stuff going on. All kinds of music, noise.
But yeah, man. So I was watching old shit like that.
Dude, I've never seen Commando. I've seen clips of that too, but like, that doesn't make me want to watch it now. But that's so much more.
Bruh, it fucked me up.
I'm sure it did.
Because
as an adult, imagine what damage it did to you as a child in your subversive mind.
Didn't even think no more
didn't
about
even
it.
see
Didn't
it.
even pay no mind to the shit. Because fucking wifey said this. She goes, babe, you know why you didn't see that when you was a kid? Because you was too focused on the bitch's titties. I was like, yeah, you got a point there. I remember the titties, but I don't remember her fucking the dude from the back. Like, it never would occur to me.
All you saw were titties.
Yeah.
So in your memory, you would remember it as she was riding his dick.
Probably, maybe.
When in actuality,
she was tearing
pretty
his ass up.
Pretty much the other thing. Now, the real funny thing about that is, what does that make you think of your thoughts on Swamp Thing feeding his dick?
Oh, he's still fed
Breaking a piece of his dick.
He's still fed the dick. He's still fed the dick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael thinks, for pure context here, because God knows what episode this came up on, but in his memory as a child watching Swamp Thing, was it 2?
The Swamp Thing 2.
Swamp Thing 2, he thinks that in the end, Swamp Thing breaks a piece of his wood dick off and feeds it to whoever, Heather Locklear, the love interest in the movie, and that then she becomes a Swamp Thing too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I went with. He fed her the dick. Yeah. Let me break it off, because he can grow it back.
Yeah, he's a Swamp Thing. Whatever he loses, he can just grow it back.
Yeah, so here you go. Boom, I'm part of the green, bitch. Eat my dick.
Yeah.
Get powers.
Have this. It'll give you Swamp Thing powers, so we can be Swamp Things together.
But yeah, like, I'm still on my old school nostalgia movies and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was IFC channel. They do pretty good with everything.
I mean, funny enough, I don't have any channels really. I mean, I guess I do. I got cable technically, but it's not good. Lots of options cable. I don't really watch anything.
Yeah,
I spend all my time watching just stuff online. I'm totally captured.
Fucking you see there's only one prisoner left out of the escapees
from New Orleans.
Yeah, there's only one left.
I knew there'd be one that lasted.
Yeah, it's the one that could possibly.
He's probably the mastermind.
That's what everybody's saying. Like, he's the one that planned it all.
He didn't plan nothing. He was just hey yo, y'all. He was like the dude in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Nicholson was like, I'm gonna pick this sink up and throw it to that window, and we're gonna get it out of here.
Yeah.
And then like he couldn't pick it up, so he didn't. But then the Indian dude at the end did. After he seen what happened to the dude that couldn't.
I think he was the smartest of all, because the one motherfucker was out with him. All these bitches stayed in New Orleans, though.
They're stupid. They didn't have any real plan.
And I believe
they found them all at the girl's house, probably.
It was cousins, mom. Then you had the one dumb idiot that was fucking Instagramming and TikToking all his shit. That was the one that got captured right before they got to this guy. He was the second to last one. Like,
so the TikToker lasted longer than the ones that just went and hung out with their mama and their sisters.
Yep. And he was posting videos about himself. He out here eating, jumping in pools, fucking eating barbecue. He's posting everything he's doing. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Because he knows
he's going back.
You got to be one of...
No. He knows he's going back. He has no intention of staying out. It's like a vacation for him.
I get, but you just got to be stupid. You want to go back. Like,
see, they ain't catching me. I'm going to San Juaneo.
That's where I think the other cat's at. He's in San Juaneo. Yeah. He didn't stay in New Orleans. Oh, all these dumb motherfuckers, they're going to be looking for them, probably paying attention to them. I'm going to slowly slide on out this bitch.
Yeah.
While these motherfuckers are going after them, I'm going to get my ass to Mexico. You know what I mean? I'm going to go to Utah, where ain't a motherfucker out there looking for me out here in Utah. They ain't paying no attention. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Like, you got to get out the country, in my opinion, at that point. No matter what state you're in, it ain't 1866 where you can be like, dog, I'm going to fucking Tennessee.
You're in New Orleans.
Nobody knows me in Tennessee.
Would you head to Mexico? Would you try to get across that water to like an island?
I'm going land to Mexico as quick as possible.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I will literally cross I would steal a 4-wheel drive. No, I would get a car. I would get right to the border. I would steal the most capable 4-wheel drive that I could steal, and I would drive it across the border, not on a road. I would drive it off road.
Yeah.
Until it was dead.
Shit.
Until it was dead, or I made it to wherever I was going, and then I would ditch it somewhere, like where I could then get a ride, and hopefully I'd have some scratch, before I started all this that I could then tap into.
But yeah, that one.
But I would do all that off the grid. I would be stealing shit.
Because I forgot they had a spread on the motherfucker. I forgot how much it was if you bet on this motherfucker to be the last one out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There was a spread. I meant to ask you if he bet on the prisoners.
You know he didn't. He wasn't even aware of the prisoners, probably.
I mean, this motherfucker was betting on fucking, what did he say yesterday? British basketball?
European basketball. European League basketball. At 5 o'clock in the morning or some shit.
Goddamn.
I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, man, it was just a 5-leg parlay, like $1.80 win me $6 or some shit like that.
It
I'm
was
like,
something, yeah.
what are you doing?
He was like, I had to place a bet. I'm like, all right, there you go. That's actually really an addiction because you had to. You say you had to.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do shit.
Yeah.
You said you had to make a bet.
There was somebody I was listening to. It was Sagar and Jetty on Tucker, I think.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the way that the setup is that he goes, most of these young men these days are betting on like multi-leg parlays that are going to net them a lot more than they bet on it if it actually comes through.
Hits.
But it's not going to come through, and that there's a lot of that going on. And I'm like, you are describing my friend that you
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're literally describing my friend's gambling addiction problem. And he's doing it in the context of this is not necessarily good for society. Like, this is bad for society that we have all of this legalized gambling and all this stuff. And that's the thing that I hate about it all, is that, like, you know, when I think about gambling, I think about, like, deliberately going to the casino and gambling.
And sitting at a table.
Which is something that I think should be legal to a great degree, because it's your money. You should be able to do what you want with it. Like, I'm not trying to be some like banned gambling type of person, but I don't think that having it available on your phone is really that good.
Yeah,
of a
because
thing. And I get it.
You got people that have that addiction,
right?
That
and it's
now it's here.
It's at your fingertips. We all got phone addictions to a great degree.
Yeah.
But like when you then tie in gambling addiction on top of your phone addiction, like you get to look at your phone throughout the day. I got to use my phone to clock into my job.
Yeah, I had to do the same shit.
You know what I'm saying? I got to use my phone to get my computer to work at my job. Like, there's some serious, like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's
too much
bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
Like, it's way too much shit. But like, I get it, right? It's part of society. It's part of the way things are going. Okay, so I got to have something.
Yeah.
But like, you know, trying to lean my addiction towards writing as opposed to just watching videos.
Yeah.
Trying not to gamble or whatever. Like I don't have a gambling thing. I don't gamble. I don't have an account set up on any of these things. Like, I mean, if somebody wants to pay the show to promote it, I would certainly promote how much of a good gambling thing you could do if you were, say, betting at thus and such web thing.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to being sponsored by these bastards because I will play the game.
Yeah.
But if I get elected president, I might be like, yo, we got to put some restrictions on this sports betting shit. We got to put some restrictions on the gambling that you can do online. Like,
because the shit, like I said, I knew Jew had a problem. We all know he got a problem with it. We've said it. But what he said yesterday was, I had to bet on something.
And he said it throwaway.
Yeah.
He said, man, I had to bet on something.
I'm like, huh? I ain't never heard nobody really say that.
That's like if I lived at the prostitution house.
I had to fuck something.
I had to fuck something. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these girls around here. I got all this money. Somebody need to get paid.
I had to pay somebody's bill.
I had to pay somebody.
Well, he would say, man, I had to pay for a Kia some kind of
I had
way.
to give one of these girls Kia money, one way or another.
But I'm like, I think in his mind, because it's such a small amount that he puts out there,
that's absolutely the issue.
It's like, all right, it's not a big problem.
Like, that's why I've said time and time again that he doesn't think he has a problem because he hasn't ruined his life yet.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it ain't ruined my life yet.
He has ruined a dinner date with that shit. Yeah, but
yeah, and that's just one step in ruining of lives.
Exactly.
Life, you know, the ruination of one's life.
Because I have to put this bet in.
One bad dinner date at a time.
Because that's the look of disappointment he had yesterday when he was standing there. Was like, I'm in DC. I can't place no bet.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
because he looked at his phone and he's like, I can't bet.
Yeah, you can't. Nah,
I'm in DC.
You're in DC.
And then you know what? He didn't look at his phone the rest of the fucking day.
No, sure enough, didn't.
That motherfucker can't go through the podcast without looking at his phone 27 motherfucking times.
Now I go through it. I'm scrolling for dumbass shit to fucking talk about.
Right, but he's sitting there like sighing because his 8-leg parlay
that he put 80 cents on.
To win $50. He lost because 6 out of 8 hit, and he's like, man, that's 6 out of 8. I got 6 out of 8. Well, how much you get paid for that? Nothing.
Yeah.
Then why are you doing this?
because of the
It's like-
chances. It's the chances of that one miracle hit. But even the miracle hit
He would
is
spend.
only netting you fucking $10.
He would have better time. He would have a better time with himself live streaming, trying to throw a disc into a CD player from across the room. You know
Yeah,
these motherfuckers
yeah.
that try to bounce the golf ball or whatever down the
see that
street
shit with
into
it,
a cup
yeah.
or something. Like, he would be so much better spent with his time and his money coming home and just seeing if he could roll a marble into a golf hole on the other side of the fucking room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, left-handed today, y'all.
Get his practice
Live
up.
stream it. Set up your phone. You'll get the same amount of dopamine hits off of people watching you roll a marble into a shot glass on the other side of the room.
Oh, that's it. Now I remember. It just popped up. Here it is.
So I got a little ramp set up on the other side of the room, and I got this here marble. So remember these marbles? So what I'm gonna do is take this here marble and I'm
He
gonna
could
roll it
do that.
across the
He could
floor.
do that with the fishing. If he did that with fishing, if he took his fucking shit out there and
Yup.
his pole,
There's a girl I watch, Rice Reels. It's just some cute chick with a
Yeah.
fishing pole. And she goes out there and she fishes. And she talks. And sometimes I listen. And sometimes I just watch. But she goes and rides her motorcycle sometimes too. And like
Yeah.
she'll talk to the camera. And she's just this goofy chick that's happy. And I'm like, oh, look, a happy girl. I don't mind if I do. Oh, let me watch a girl that's happy doing some wholesome shit. Riding a motorcycle or
Yeah.
fishing. Okay. Like, and this girl's, I bet she's making money.
oh yeah,
I bet she's making money.
Certain views, amount of views, you get X amount of money for X amount of views.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's out there getting some scratch off of literally going and doing something she likes doing. She
Yeah.
buys different lures and talks about them and shit. She's just a goofy chick out fishing. And I'm like, right on. That motherfucker, shit.
With his twang,
With his twang,
Yeah.
motherfucker would be huge. He'd be fucking huge.
he would, I don't know, man.
His problem is he'd want to be too interactive.
Oh yeah. Actually, no. His real problem is showing somebody a spot because he thinks that because there's trees right here,
And that
they're
you're
gonna
gonna be
know
able
what
to
that
figure out.
tree. Yeah, you know
where
what I
he
mean. You can't go to his
And
spot.
the problem is, he's always complaining about people being at his spot anyway. They're already there, dog.
But
You're
the
not
thing
doing
is,
anything
he's
special.
At the wrong spot sometimes. Like you're in illegal spots you shouldn't be at to begin
and
with
all, all of that would be so fun to watch on Instagram in a 59-second reel.
Yeah. Shit. Game warden. Run it.
Nah, man, he would be running, or he would lay down in the mud like Terminator or Predator. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that stupid
He'd be
shit now.
like sitting there. There'd be a camera, and you'd see him blink, and then you'd see like a cop taking steps, and he'd blink, and his eyes move, and look, and then he'd blink, and then the cop would go away. And then it would be, you don't know, it would be indeterminate amount of minutes later. He'd be like,
Yeah.
up out of the mud, and he's looking at the camera, grabbing it.
All right, we're good again.
All right, I think I'm good.
I heard drive off. They ain't getting me out here.
Just imagining the Jew like Arnold in Predator in the mud.
For some fishing shit.
Some fish and shit. Avoiding
damn
the
it.
cop.
Because there would be some stupid shit like that he would do.
Cop would be like, smells like somebody's been cooking brisket around here.
Look, he ain't gonna be able to hide like that motherfucking that CEO that got caught and with the HR lady
At the Coldplay
concert. Yo, that shit was one of the funniest things I've ever seen ever happen to a motherfucker, man. This dude dropped the bitch, and duck, just jumped down.
Yeah, he dipped.
Bro, too late.
Too
You
late,
already
dog.
on the big screen.
You're done.
What do you think's gonna happen? You at a concert.
Apparently,
holding a
his
woman.
wife has changed her name online.
Oh, she had to
Yeah.
because and the HR
Like she's
bitch.
gone to her maiden name.
The HR bitch is married too. Fucking so they all going through shit. And he was talking about it. What did he say? He said it's messed up because it was an intimate moment that was shared publicly without my consent. Like,
You're in public.
Motherfucker, you're in public. You're
That's
at a
how it
concert.
goes.
That's like the kiss cam at the fucking basketball games
That's right.
and shit.
You can't control it.
Most motherfuckers, look at this couple, pan to this couple. Okay, boom. Kiss cam, pan to this couple having a good time. Oh, look, there's a couple at the Coldplay concert. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, shit, I got caught. What the fuck you think was gonna happen? You thought that you was gonna be up in that bitch the whole time? Because the bitch that was next to that hoe, that had to be the bitch's friend, because she was like, oh, shit. Y'all got caught. I'm just here as a +1 in the ticket booth. Like,
I mean, that was a VIP ticket area.
Because that girl was probably her bitch. That bitch's excuse, like, hey,
But
I
that's
got
why
games
they.
to this joint.
But that's why they didn't think they were gonna get fucked with at the Kiss Camp because they were in the VIP section.
Shit, it don't
like
matter.
The cameraman ain't gonna pan
The
over
camera
here.
gonna take a look. Hey, we got a couple of. Hey, yo, Steve, yeah, camera 3, get that couple up top there in the VIP,
Well,
man.
at least he didn't get caught doing a Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's supposed to. Now they're talking about that list is supposed to come out or something.
Well,
the pertinent information needs to be
Trump
released.
said that anything that can be released should be released at this point, but that's just
It's
because
just
he's
gonna
been
be
getting shit on because he's trying to tell everybody that there's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
When he's been making it a big deal like there is something to see here
Yep.
for a long, long time. And any of us that are paying any kind of attention know there's something to see.
Oh, everybody knows
It might
there's
not be
something to
all
see.
we want to see,
Yeah.
and there's certain things that nobody should be allowed to see legally.
Yeah.
But there's
shit on there.
There's something going on, and if they don't have all that access, if they don't have all that info, who the fuck does?
Yeah,
is it the
'cause somebody
Mossad?
somebody's seen it.
Is it the Israeli?
Somebody knows it. At least
Secret
fucking
forces or whatever?
Epstein's lawyer definitely knows it.
Whatever this Mossad, the CIA equivalent of the Israeli
And
government.
fucking, what's her name? Ghislaine, she ain't fucking Epstein herself yet, so fucking.
She hasn't, but she's apparently been saying that she's willing to spill the beans. But, she's also the daughter of a guy that was doing that shit for Britain for a long time.
Yeah,
But was
yeah.
also a Mossad agent himself for the Israelis.
Yeah.
So, and man, I'm way out there these days, man. I ain't even been watching Alex Jones, and there's all kinds of shit that I'm like, this is crazy what may actually been happening here.
It's a whole lot of shit, man.
Well, like somebody, I don't even remember who. I think it's so many sources at this point. Like I'm not even sure where the fuck anything's coming from that I know.
Nah.
But somebody was saying that the last president that fucked with Israel hardcore, like as far as like being like you can't do X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
JFK.
That don't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean?
Yeah.
Because America is Israel's bitch, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean?
Tries to act like we're not, but we are.
Yeah, we Israel's bitch. You know what I mean?
We're the dude in Commando, and Israel's the motherfucking.
No, we're the
chick with
motherfucking
strap
dude
on.
in what's that shit? Half Baked. I'm somebody's bitch.
Squirrel Master.
Yeah.
Israel is Squirrel Master.
Squirrel Master. Oh, it's so sad and so funny at the same time. I'm somebody's bitch.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Yeah, things are terrible. Things are really fucked up.
The times we are in, the weather's going all kinds of crazy. Then I was talking to this one homie, man. The other day, we was outside, them fucking lantern flies. They're all over the place. He's like, man, I remember as a kid, we ain't never seen no motherfucking shit like these. I was like, yeah. We didn't have stink bugs either when we were younger. We never fucking knew what a stink bug was. Not until here recently.
The cicadas was the only thing when we were kids that ever came around that was weird.
Was it. And they would pop out every so often.
And lightning bugs were everywhere, and now they're going extinct.
Shit. Yeah, they ain't around as like they used to be. Lightning bugs, I remember catching them as a kid. My aunts being outside bullshitting at night. I remember them nights, in Sterling. But fucking, I was like, he's like, man, where are these invasive species? Who's bringing them over? I'm like, in all honesty, it could be fucking somebody that don't want to fuck with the U.S. when you think about it, because certain species fuck up the snakeheads. I didn't know what a snakehead was till fucking when somebody caught one them years back, and now these motherfuckers is in all kinds of ponds in different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you bring.
Is there a concerted effort going on by outside forces?
That's what makes you think
a
about
large
some
scale
shit.
or small scale government operation.
Conspiracies from the couch, but at the remote location.
That's right. Remote location conspiracies here at the Mason and Friends show. All of that stuff is feasible.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all almost more believable than it being some sort of happenstance.
Exactly.
But then you also do hear stories about there's like a research facility that has like an accident and things get out.
Yeah.
But that's also like that the likelihood of that happening is pretty high. Why would you build a research facility in this space?
Yeah.
Without having some sort of like
A safety
fail
net.
safe.
Yeah.
Like if you've got like
Like when they
you've
did
actually
Jurassic
got
Park.
bug poison in your building, and you've got like a contamination, like free space inside of it. Say like you have like a trailer inside of a warehouse,
Yeah.
inside of a cave, right? And the warehouse has fumigation, everything set up all
Yeah.
around that fucking trailer, and you do your research in the trailer, and if anything gets out of that trailer,
Everything's contained.
Everything's
It's
contained.
just like how what they do with the oil tanks. You got your oil tank that's in a containment area that's off into an area where it's not going to flow down to any water or anything in the environment. So if something happens to said tank, it's contained in this area.
Right.
If it happens to get out this area right here, you still have a barrier around it that's contained it away from nature.
It's like Kramer saying that they should have like a bladder inside of the oil tankers.
Yeah. It's
a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Like maybe you have to work really hard to make it actually work, but conceptually it's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, like some gas tanks in cars, there's like dual pumps because you got like an internal, fully pressurized one that has a pump in it that's
Yeah.
supplying the engine with the gas. But there's a pump inside the tank that's filling up that tiny tank inside of the tank. You know, so there's two
Yeah.
different pumps or whatever. So, yeah, there's so much.
I was telling him, I was like, you know what, you're right, man. I said, but these invasive species, they eat shit and there's no enemy for
And they
them.
destroy the environment. These
Exactly.
these lanternflies apparently, like when they die, put off some sort of, or when they just chew on something, put off some kind of funk that turns into a bacteria that kills
Yeah.
certain trees.
And it fucks shit up.
Yeah.
It's like fucking. So you want us to kill these things, but then when you start killing these things, you start spraying these motherfuckers and find out that some of these bitches don't die from the shit that you got, but the shit that you need are dying, like the bees. The bees,
Well,
any honey bees.
There's a very interesting Joe Rogan that came out recently with a guy named Paul Stamets
Yeah.
that's talking about using lion's mane mushrooms or something
Yeah.
kind of mycelium and spraying the beehives or the bees with them, and that the bees become way more resistant to the toxins that have been
That'd be
killing
something
them.
because I know lion's mane, because I got tincture, lion mane tincture. It helps with your fucking cognitive cognitivity.
What?
Your
Negativity.
your fucking your brain stimuli. It helps you out. You're better. It's better for your brain. Is lion's mane.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You know.
And that's, well, a lot of these mushrooms are, you know, it's showing that the mushroom benefits are helping to increase immune systems.
Oh yeah.
And
Certain
so,
ones.
like,
Yeah.
every human can benefit from that.
Yep.
And that so can all these creatures out here, like birds and the bees.
Yeah.
You know, proverbially speaking. But like the fact that like big agriculture or big whoever big government
That's
doesn't want to do what it can.
Monostat and Bill Gates and the Peel, because they said he got something
Appeal
else.
just got through FDA.
I was about to say he got something else going on
They're
too.
saying they can put appeal on fucking organic vegetables now and not have to tell you.
Oh fuck that! Nah, you gotta tell me my shit.
Well, like, and my mom says there's something they advertise on the TV that's like you spray it on, and it like melts the shit off.
Yeah,
And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess that's better than nothing, but like,
but then you're putting another chemical on another chemical.
it's already sapped.
It's
through.
already been in there. It came up through the roots and shit because it's absorbing through the ground too.
No, well, like, there's different things they're putting in it for that, but like, this is like after it's picked.
Picked on the
After
fruit,
it's
yeah.
picked, it gets
And
sprayed.
yeah. But then I forgot there was something else they said about that sorry fucker. And it's
With
something,
Bill Gates?
Yeah, it's something with some oranges and shit now. Like it's something else with fruits and vegetables that he's got his hand in now. I can't remember what it was. I wish I could remember what it
Because
was.
he loves investing in things that puts more chemicals into the human beings.
Yeah, absolutely. So why his ex-wife became a rich bitch.
Well, it's like it's hard to like wipe out the species if you're
Yeah.
not like, you know, poisoning them.
Facts one way or another, whether it's through literature, fucking entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you should buy your seeds and read books.
No shit, because fucking what was it? It was something I was watching the other day, and dude was like, you know, if you read, you're already ahead majority of society just by reading a book.
You could read a comic book in your head.
And you're already ahead of majority of society right now. You know what I mean? And I'm like, ah, damn. But then when you think about it, there's not a lot of people that I know that are avid readers. You know what I mean? Like, me and my sister, we read all the fucking time. You know, we always got something going on. Like, we're constantly finishing books. She just handed me a book to read and check out. I'm reading that now. I just finished one. I got my nephew his books. You know what I mean? Like, but we grew up that way. You know, my mom, sisters, they all would get books and they would share the books. And after they all read all these books, they go to the bookstore, swap them out. Like, you know, we're trading these books to get credit for other books to then go get more books.
Right.
That's just how I was brought up, you know? And then I'm looking at shit like, all right, fucking Junior Jew. Shocked the shit out of him. We was at the crib one day and I fucking had my book and he was like, "You read on?" I'm like, "Yeah, boy, you don't pay attention to the show either, then, do you?"
How many times have we told you to read?
You know?
You dumb
and
fuck.
I'm like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Boy, yes, I read all the time. Your uncle reads constantly. I got a nice little library going on, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that. You don't pay attention to shit we say to your little ass, do you, little motherfucker? God damn it, read a book sometime.
Not
Read
at all.
every once in a while, just pick one up. You ain't got to read all the time. Just pick one up, just read it. Just check it out.
Read something you're interested in.
Yeah. Catch a glance on something, you know? But I'm like, when I heard that, it wasn't a far-fetched thing to be like, you know what, he's actually right. Because when I'm talking to people, you know what I mean?
People do as little intellectually as possible, be it read or consume like diverse news programming or anything. They're not
Just
doing
something in general.
Yeah, they're not doing anything.
You know, and I'm like, wow, what's gonna be like when our generation dies off, or even my kids' generation dies off?
Bro, everything's fucked.
You know what I mean? Are we really gonna be idiocracy? And I'm spraying my crops with Gatorade because it got electrolytes.
Yes,
You know what I
it's
mean?
what plants need.
Now I'm like, yeah, they need electrolytes now. Well, fucking motherfuckers need electrolytes yesterday.
Shit. And they was giving away free electrolytes. It was hot garbage.
Yeah.
Hot
Yo,
garbage in a can.
Did you see they had fucking stacks of them shits, man? Pallets of them motherfuckers. When we was walking out, I happened to glance over and it was in the fucking, I guess, general mission zones, and they just had pallets of that shit. I'm like, damn, it's gotta be that bad, because they were trying to hand that shit out left and right out that motherfucker, man. As soon as you said that shit, because I was wondering where you went to. I was like, why are you going over here? Then you went over there and bought a water. I'm like, didn't you just get a water?
It had this thing that said hydration station, and I was like, I'll take one. What the fuck? It's free. You know what I mean? But I didn't trust it. That's why I literally went to the water, because I wanted water, but they were like, we got this, and I was like, well, how much is it? And they were like, it's free, and I was like, all right, I'll try one. Because I was about to be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna get a water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they were like, it's free. So I was like,
Because fucking, there was another water thing, but this was a whole nother company. Like, they had cold water, but I can't remember what it was. Like, it wasn't.
I should have shotgunned it and puked.
I don't know what this fucking shit was, but man, I don't know. I guess either they had dry ice over there, because I mean, you can see the cold in the air, the mist. I'm like, there's got to be dry ice, because there's no way they're keeping that shit that fucking cold, that water that cold, whatever this water is. There, some ion water or something. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm looking at like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get this lemonade. I thought about that shit, but I don't know what kind of water that is. I ain't never seen that before. You're a little booth by yourself in the middle of this bitch. I don't know you. Hey man, let me get that lemonade you got right there. Let me get a lemonade slushy. That's all I need. Let me just get that. I should be good. And then big ass fucking thick ass straws. I'm like, who the fuck? I ain't trying to suck
It's
on
that
this
boba
motherfucking
tea.
thing. Yeah,
That boba tea straw.
Boba straw. No, man, give me a regular fucking straw, man.
That shit is unappealing too. Boba tea. I don't know. Like, maybe it's tasty, but like,
my son likes it. I tried it the one time when we was in DC for the museum. He said, man, I want to get that boba joint. I was like, you drink that shit? He's like, yeah, that's not that bad. I'm like, okay.
what is not that bad with a drink that costs $8?
So I got it, and I was like, all right. I forgot what it was that he had mixed with, but he was like, yeah, you can eat. It's like a berry kind of thing. And I was like, all right. So I drunk on that joint. Got one of the berries, boba, whatever the fuck it was. I said, it's not bad. It's almost like it's like a fig taste. You know, like that's what it tastes like to me. It was like a fig, but it's nothing I would shake a stick at. Like, I don't need figs in my drink that I get. You know what I mean?
But it's like chewy, gooey figs inside of like a
It's not
drink.
even chewy gooey fig. It's like it's not even gooey. It's just like the casing of whatever that shit's in.
So like, is it plastic? Like, what is it? What holds it in a ball?
That's what I couldn't figure it out. I don't know if it's like a gel that it comes in, but
Is it like
like
you know,
Orbits.
like a Orbits?
You know the little things you put in water, the balls
Yeah.
that get bigger when you add water to them.
Yeah, the one that the dude flushed down his toilet in the apartment building and ruined the whole
That's
fucking
what
neighborhood.
it kind of reminds me of, something like that. But I'm like, you know, you can eat this bitch. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain exactly what the fuck shit's in there.
Like, you know, the
it tastes
gel
like a fig.
tabs that come on pills?
Yeah.
Like, is it that only thicker? And that's why it holds? Is like, are you putting the liquid inside of that and then dropping it? Like, I don't understand.
Actually,
And
it's
it's
thinner than the gel tab.
It's too far for me to understand what's going on with to want to fuck with. Where I'm like, I understand what a chocolate chip is. He's gonna say, I'm gonna give you a milkshake and put chocolate chips in it. And I'm like, all right, that's cool.
hold on,
But when
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
look it
I'm
up.
gonna give you a berry tea with gooey goo bubbles in it that are chewy with something, they say it's tapioca, but how does it maintain its
Oh, that does make sense.
that it's a ball?
That does make sense if it's like tapioca, because tapioca, when you look at tapioca, it's fucking in like a gel that's in.
So if you made a bunch of little tapioca balls, then when you drop them in the liquid, they should stay tapioca balls.
It should. Let me see here. Boba.
But what is tapioca?
Hold on, Another good question.
You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? God damn it. I'm gonna look up so much shit right now because you got me, guys.
ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mason and French Show, we like to learn things on occasion. And right now, we're going to try to figure out just what the hell boba tea is.
No shit. Because there's other motherfuckers like, you know what? Yeah, I got that same question. What boba made of? Yep. Let me see what boba is made of.
What is boba made of?
Boba is also known as tapioca pearls. It is primarily made from tapioca starch, which is derived from cassava root.
So they make...
The starch is combined with water, often sweetener like brown sugar, to create a dough, which is then formed into small spherical pearls. The pearls are then cooked until they hit a chewy consistency. Okay. So it's a tapioca ball. The more you know.
The more you know.
God damn it, look out.
Tapioca ball,
It's
y'all.
a tapioca ball.
So, like, I guess you can flavor your tapioca balls different flavors
but it's still, though,
because they're different colors in different drinks, right?
they all look the same. This a brown ball. They all look brown to me. The
I've
drinks
seen
I've
pink
seen.
ones before.
You might have. It's
Or
possible.
blue. I feel like I've seen brown drinks with blue balls in them.
Why wouldn't you not be able?
But like, you know, what are these blue and pink and brown balls of tapioca? Really?
Yeah.
And what are they supposed to taste like? If they made ones that tasted like chocolate, maybe
But
I
see,
would want to drink
tapioca-
maybe a vanilla tea with chocolate balls.
When I was a kid, I remember I wanted to try tapioca pudding out because I never knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah, because it's always kind of pudding-like, right? But I feel like it's caramel flavored if it's tapioca pudding.
Nah, it wasn't.
Or is it's more yellow than like a brownish of caramel.
Milk or cream of coconut. Let's see, it says tapioca pudding is a sweet and creamy dessert made from tapioca pearls, milk, or cream of coconut. Okay, it still doesn't give you like the flavor of tapioca.
Say, what flavor is tapioca pudding?
Yeah.
That's the question.
It's gonna say tapioca. Watch, all right.
You can't answer a question with a question. It's like, what's a blowjob? It's a blowjob, you know.
What flavor? We're teaching y'all something today, man.
We trying to learn too. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, I put what flavors tapioca pudding in. It just gave me just pictures of tapioca pudding. Didn't even give me shit for it. Wow, you motherfucking bitches. Alright, let's try this again. What flavor is tapioca pudding? It says it's typically flavored with vanilla. That's all it says. Tapioca pudding is typically flavored with vanilla. So it's vanilla pudding with little tapioca balls in it. It's just tapioca balls is what we got.
I still really don't know what's going on.
Neither do I. There's no answer for this shit. What the fuck? I'm gonna go home and ask fucking Lexus and see what she says.
Shit.
God dog it.
Yeah, it's really getting annoying when you like have all this technology that you should be able to figure so much out about, and you still don't know shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
one
bro,
of the-
I don't know nothing.
That's one of the mysteries, man. Tapioca pudding, and somebody can figure out what flavor actually is tapioca.
Yeah.
But again, it's like,
But can you, like I said though, if they've got different colored balls of tapioca in different drinks,
are you just adding color?
What are those flavors? Is it just
It might
coloring?
not be. It might not be flavor. It just might be coloring to make the drink a more appeasing
But
look.
with Bobby Kennedy taking away the dyes, are they going to lose their dye coloring options, and everything's just in a
Everything's
brown
gonna
tapioca?
be a brown tapioca looking joint
Why is it brown if it's flavored like vanilla? Shouldn't it be chocolate?
because it's mixed with brown sugar and baked to make the boba balls.
Okay, well, I feel like I'm less confused about what it all is, yet still don't really know.
I'm right on the same page with you, bro.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
All I
right.
know is that it doesn't make no sense to put tapioca in your drink.
I feel like the only way I'm going to really figure this out is to go to a boba tea joint and start asking questions.
They, you know what? I guarantee they don't have the answer to that.
And therein is going to be the real issue.
I bet you
It's
they don't
like,
have
so
no answer
you don't
for
know what you're selling me.
Yeah. But you're selling it anyway. That's like going to your drug dealer, like, yo, man,
Yep.
what you got? Man, I got something to sell you.
Man, I got mystery powder, baby. That's
Right.
45 a gram.
So what is mystery
got the
powder?
mystery-
It's mystery powder.
You're going to have to get it before you can figure
Yeah.
out what it is. I'm
You
going to
can
need you
have
to
it.
report back to me
It's
what
gonna
you think
it's
it is.
gonna give you the effect you're looking for. What's the effect that it's gonna give me? The one you're looking for.
Right.
So you don't know what's gonna happen. Nah, but it's $45.
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
You know what
I
I'm
don't get
saying?
high on my own supply, but that's 45 gram, dog.
At least we know that fucking boba's tapioca in a bigger ball. We know that. What flavor
It's
it is?
a ball of tapioca.
It's a ball of tapioca. It's been baked, rolled into this shit, and here you go. And put into your tea.
See,
And it doesn't melt. It doesn't melt or none of that shit. It just sets. It just
and it
shakes
stays
around.
goo at the bottom if you don't drink it out, does it?
I don't know. I've never seen nobody just leave something sitting around. I'd have to test that out.
Because it all sits at the bottom of the drinks, the way I'm seeing
Yeah.
it. So like,
It
what
floats to the bottom.
What if
It's
the tea
just-
tastes good? You drink it off the top, and there's just nothing but balls left.
That's pretty much what you have left is just balls, because even the ice and shit melts.
But
You just-
you're supposed to
you
drink
can suck
everything.
the ball up through the straw.
That's why they give you the big fat straw.
Yeah, so the balls can go up through the straw. So you can eat tapioca while you're drinking your tea.
Why? Well, I feel like tapioca should be like a dessert thing, and tea's not necessarily like a dessert. You know what I mean?
It really isn't, but I'm just saying, I don't know who in the hell, who the hell came up with boba tea?
It seems Asian.
I don't even think they do that shit like that. I think it's some bullshit that somebody went over there and was like, you know what, we can do this shit too. Who came up with boba tea? Who came up?
Like it's going to be a person. That would be nice if it was actually an individual. If they were like, Roberto Clemente came up with it.
Okay, while the exact origins of bubble tea is debated, it's widely accepted that the drink emerged in Taiwan during the 80s. Two main contenders for this invention were Chun Shu Chang and Highland Tea Room, and both in Taiwan.
I'm going with Chu Yu Shang.
That's who you go with.
I like that name better. I can't pronounce. I don't want to say that other one, but Chu Yu Shang.
And Highland Tea Room. So I guess the dude that worked in the tea room. Okay, it says
It was just something extra.
he popularized cold tea in the 80s, and his product development manager, Lin Shu Hu, is said to have added tapioca balls to her tea during a meeting in 88, creating the first bubble tea. Highland Tea Room's founder, Tu Shang He, was reportedly inspired by tapioca balls at local market and added them to the milk tea in 86.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
So it started in a tea room. So adding tapioca balls to your tea was Taiwanese.
That's some bullshit.
I told you it was Asian though, but
But
Still.
you bring that shit over here,
Still though.
motherfuckers gonna lose their mind because it's something different. I got my boba.
But who the fuck thinks they popularizing cold tea when we've been drinking iced tea in the South for a long motherfucking time?
Not only iced tea, sweet iced tea.
Sweet iced tea.
We just ain't putting no motherfucking boba balls in it. We
Yeah.
ain't putting no tapioca balls in
Can
it.
I sell sweet
Give me
iced
some
tea?
goddamn sugar
How about
cane tea.
unsweet? How about unsweet with tapioca balls that are sweet? Now we got the market corner, dog.
Well,
That's,
now you
watch that's
fucking
going.
up.
Nah, that's going to drop
Because
out
the
of
unsweet
Chick-fil-A.
motherfuckers, man, they don't need that sweet because of diabetes.
I just don't like the flavor of it sweet. I throw some lemon in that bitch and I'm a happy camper. You know what I mean? But like you could do like a sweetened tapioca balls in an unsweet tea and call it an unsweet southern bubble tea.
Because the balls, you gotta eat the balls to get the sweet anyway.
I'm saying, you gotta chew
it
that
doesn't
shit up.
melt in the shit. That's
Right.
I don't want to be drinking something and then
It
something
doesn't
come
melt.
through and I gotta chew this shit up when I'm drinking.
Right.
Because who knows?
That's the weird stuff.
What happens when the wrong thing is in there and you chewing this bitch and it's not that boba ball? It could be
Right.
something else you're chewing on.
Yeah.
I was
I'm putting a lot of faith in that these balls are what you tell me they are.
When I was a kid, the apartment we lived in as a kid, man, had roaches, and I didn't get the Smack cereal. You remember I dig them because it looked like fucking roaches. I wasn't sure if I would eat a roach if I pour my cereal out and I fucking accidentally eat a roach. I loved some dig 'em cereal. I love Smack 'ems. But I couldn't fucking eat the shit when I lived there because, man, I was scared I was gonna eat a fucking roach.
So, like-
it's the same thing with boba tea. You don't know. You could be making the boba, whatever. Put the little balls in there, and something else could have been in that motherfucking batch of boba balls.
Yup.
And fucking you sucking it up and chewing on that bitch because you think you chewing on some tapioca balls.
Plus, this tapioca does not seem to me to be an organic substance. So it's not like whatever it is comes out the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like we take tea leaves and put them in a bag and boil them, and then we squeeze a little lemon and mix it up with some sugar or whatnot. You know what I mean? That I can wrap my head around all of that stuff, like sugar and lemon and tea leaves and water and ice. I'm with all of that. I can see it. I can see it happen. I could grow my own tea. I can grow my own
Tapioca
lemons.
is a starch extracted from the cassava root. Oh, it's a goddamn yucca. It's fucking.
Is it a yucca plant?
Yep, it's starch extracted from the cassava root, a plant also known as yucca.
Wow, dude. Yucca is everywhere. We didn't even know. But that's
Yeah.
why the texture makes kind of sense, though, because yucca at the fucking Pollo Campero has like a more dense kind of structure.
Have you tried their fries? They're not all that.
The fries were not good, but the yucca fries were.
I didn't really care for the yucca fries. But I had to dip in some sauce. Like I needed either their sauce or some ketchup, and they were all right.
Their little orange sauce was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that orange sauce. It's like a golden barbecue kind of taste to it. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm going to have to go out to eat again after this show, dog.
Yeah, I gotta do the same shit.
I'm a hungry motherfucker
I
already.
gotta hit up the old lady because now she done fucking left. I'm like, fuck, all right, cool.
Where you going?
Probably down the way, like Bristol. Oh, I can go to Bristol and get me some Velocity wings. Cause it's right there. Cause man, I've been wanting some Velocity wings, man, for a minute. Cause they make they when you ask for your shit to be crispy,
They do it like that.
they
huh?
do it right. And then they got this sauce, this Chipotle black raspberry, bruh. I'm telling you, with the chicken and that little bit of sweetness, man, sets that motherfucker shit off. Yeah, I'm like, yo, I fuck with that in their what is it? It's a sweet chili kind of joint. It's not too hot, but it's not too sweet either. It's like a good balance they did with that shit. But I like some of their sauces, not all of them. They got this maple barbecue, real sweet. It's too sweet. But the bacon barbecue is not bad. It's got chunks of bacon in it, but I'm like, I don't like soggy ass bacon like that.
Yeah, my bacon needs to crunch.
I want, you know what I mean? Because it's been sitting in the fucking sauce so much now that the bacon's soggy. You know what I mean? So,
Damn right.
If I had like
It has to be super crunchy to be still crunchy
if I had some
it's in the
crumbles
sauce.
onto the sauce, you know what I mean? If I had some bacon crumbles and sprinkle on top of the sauce,
Yeah.
I think that would set it off. You know, let me get some bacon crumbles, not the bacon bits. Give me some real bacon crumbles.
Yeah.
Let me dip my shit in some sauce and shake some real bacon crumbles on top.
But
Man,
just some
what?
crispy pieces of bacon on the side that you can bite through while you're going.
That's true too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. God damn it, I'm getting hungry now.
I know,
Fuck,
dog.
You son of a bitch. You had to bring up food.
Hey, man. Well, you know what the beautiful thing
We
is?
started with the boba.
You know what the funny thing is, man? We just about out of time here at the Mason and French show.
Now, I know y'all motherfuckers hungry too, because y'all have thought, said they were like, damn, these motherfuckers talk about some tapioca.
If you like boba and tapioca, shit. You hungry and thirsty right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, because tapioca, that was a pudding I just couldn't eat. I didn't like the balls in it.
Was that what it was? Was it like little just balls?
It was little balls and fucking vanilla pudding. It looked like tadpole eggs.
Caviar.
Yeah.
Caviar pudding. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you so much for listening. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Don't bogart this bitch. Tell your friends.
Tell everybody.
Tell everybody. Keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done, because that's how things get done.
We believe in you.
That's right. Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bit by little bit, ladies and gentlemen, keep moving forward.
That's right. Don't forget we love you very, very much.
Love y'all.
And peace be with you.
Go.